What's going on, everybody? Got a video for you tonight of my newest. This is, ta-da, a Peaks and Valley version of the Praetorian Slim Flipper. Isn't that just awesome? And it's actually both sides. That's so cool. If you watch my other videos, I've got 2 other videos up. This is actually my 3rd one, and I only own this one. So basically, I bought a Praetorian Slim non-flipper version. I went through a phase where I was kind of over the whole flipping and action and stuff, and I wanted just a regular manually opening knife. So I got that guy. Enjoyed it. Really liked it a lot, and got to the point where I was like, oh, I have no flipping knives, no flipper tab knives, and I wanted a titanium frame lock flipper. So I said, well, I like this knife so much, I'll get this knife in a flipper version. So I sold the Praetorian Slim, and I picked up a secondhand Praetorian Slim Flipper in DLC. That's the black one I had. And that guy was great. I really enjoyed it. I paid close to full price on that guy. I think close to $600. Medford knives will run you about $600. And so I really enjoyed it. I kind of thought, man, this is like the perfect knife. It was slim, gorgeous blade. Like, I love this blade shape. That's one of my favorite blade shapes, this drop point. And it was a flipper. It was just great. I liked it a lot. However, I started looking at my collection. One of the things that I do is I go through knives all the time. They come and go. And part of the reason is because to fund purchases, I have to sell stuff. I don't have endless supplies of money. And so I was like, man, I could sell that knife for, $500 or whatever, and I could pick up 2 really nice knives, instead of just one. And so I kind of got to where the price tag of the Medford wasn't justified in the item. And let me explain. So, like I said, this will run you about $600, Medford knife and tool. They are what I consider more of a tool knife. Okay. Now, I have owned Grimsmo, I have owned Conagarris, and I've seen Holt Blade Works. And so at $600, you're really close to the Holts, and you're close-ish to the Grimsmo, you're close to the Conagarris. And in my opinion, like I said, I think this is more of a tool, and I think those knives reach a level of perfection where they're almost like art, okay? They are, the fit and the finish and the attention to detail is so insanely good that it's almost like a piece of art, all right? And for me, my kind of tipping point is like $400, okay? $400 will get you a Sebenza, all right? And to me, I look at the Sebenza, I look at what you're getting, I look at the quality, I look at the attention to detail. It's a level of perfection at $400 that these other knives give you, but what they give you over that is so minute that it doesn't almost, the price for what you're getting starts going down to me after the $400 mark, if that makes sense. This is a, small company, machine milled titanium. There's so much history with this knife. Like, you're getting everything that you could want in a knife at $400. And, you're going to spend $800 on a Conagarris, $600 on a Medford. So you have to think, okay, for me, what am I getting for that extra, sometimes $400? And I had trouble with having one knife at $600, and I looked at the Medford. It's it's just a tool. It's not, the machining isn't to the same level. It's not a piece of art. It's kind of a tool. So I ended up selling that knife. This is actually one of the ones I bought. This and a ProTech TR3 with the money I got from the sale of my black DLC Medford. And I was good. Everything was fine. Kind of sat that way for a while. And I was flipping back through the pages, and it's just like, you know what? The Facebook pages, that is. It's like, man, I kept seeing them, and it's like, I kind of miss that knife, you know? It's still, to me, a little higher priced than what I would think it should be. I would say if you could get this for $500 new, you know, $480, $500, then I would say, yeah, I'd say that's fine. You know, these are well made. They're titanium. They're made in-house. They're USA made. All that stuff is there. You know, there's little things about it that, you know, to me doesn't reach that $800 and $700 level. And that's, to me, even the 6 is maybe a little high. But, you know, things like, let's see, like we're talking minute stuff here. But if I can get it to focus, you see how the clip comes over the chamfering? You know, those are the kind of things that you don't see on a Holt or a Grimsmo or a Conegaris. You know, the back here should have been chamfered. It's slightly sharp on these edges, so when you flick it open and you're riding your finger down, you know, it's just a little sharp. The flipper tab, that's a little sharp as well. You know, I mean, you got some amazing stuff. Like, you got how the stop bar rides right into that pocket. I mean, I'm not saying that this is not made well, okay? Not at all. This is an excellent knife. I just feel like it should be maybe $100 less. And I'm not gonna say that he can't charge what he wants. You know, Greg knows what goes into these, and I'm fine with that. And I ultimately decided that I like the knife so much that I wanted it back in my collection. I felt like I just missed that knife. And now that I've got it back, I feel like this specific Medford, the Praetorian Slim Flipper, okay, is kind of in the ballpark with my Sebenza in my collection, in which I don't want them to go anywhere. You know, I don't look at my collection when I'm wanting to buy something new and I'm like, oh, what could I sell to get something new? You know, I don't really consider the Sebenza, because this was a grail, and this just represents a lot in my knife collection world, I guess. And I'm kind of getting that same feeling with this. You know, I bought one, it wasn't quite right, I sold it, I got another one, I was like, yeah, it's a little expensive, so I sold it, and now I've got another one. It's like, I missed the knife, and I wanted it back in the collection. So, you know, I know Medford can be, to say Medford can be controversial is an understatement. It's polarizing. I mean, you either love him, Greg, and his knives, or you hate them. I mean, that's just the way it is. The whole t-shirt thing, I don't agree. I think, you know, we just need to love each other and not go quite that far. So, you know, that kind of wasn't my favorite, but I like the knife. I like the design. It just works for me. And so, you know, you have to just kind of decide for yourself, you know. You can read forum posts all day long. You know, people are like, oh, they're terrible, they're just not worth the money. You can get the clones and they're actually better, and all this stuff. And, you know, they use steel bearings instead of phosphor bronze. And yeah, I kind of wish they used phosphor bronze so I wouldn't have to worry about rust and all that stuff. And, you know, there's little things like I don't like this style pivot. This is an October 1st, 2020 model. So, I mean, you know, I can't say they're, you know, perfect, but this knife just works for me. And I am very happy to have this back in my collection. I think it's going to be a keeper. I will never say it's definitely never going anywhere because I tend to just move things around. But again, I think this one's gonna be a I think this one's gonna be a keeper. I'll say it. There's your S for the blade steel. S35 yen, I think. Don't even know. Don't have the specs on this, sorry. The only thing I don't know, I got this one secondhand. That screw is slightly different than the rest, and I want to say I've seen that before, but if somebody knows, you know, I don't think it was replaced. You know, it doesn't look like it, but that is different. So I've been tempted, you know, I'm going to take it apart once I get a spanner bit, and I'll clean it, do everything. If I can get it to my level of new, then I'll be good. I have thought about sending it in, let them do their, you pay X amount, and they basically go through the whole thing and make it new again. I don't know. I really like the Peaks and Valley version. I think that's just gorgeous. And, you know, I know a guy that can change the anode colors, so I thought, you know, if this definitely does stick around, I might get the anode done, although this doesn't look too bad. And it actually matches my my coins here. These guys are always, you guys have probably seen these, but I carry them both. Kind of matches the coins. It's a little different, but I mean, you know, it's got that same tone. This one's a little better. Anyway, Peter McKinnon coins. Super cool. I've been carrying this one for like 500 days straight since the day I got it. I don't know. And I just got this one. So I got another sleeve coming for this one because it didn't come with a sleeve. Anyway, random. Sorry. Back to this. So yeah, if you're looking at Medford, just know the internet is going to literally have you in two opposite corners of the ring, okay? You're not going to find people that are in the middle. It's just the way it is. And whether they are worth the price tag is really going to have to be up to you. You know, I think they're great knives. This just really brings joy. And so I'm finding that, yes, for me, this specific model is, you know, and so if you want a piece of art, then I would look at Koenigaris, Holt Blade Works, Grimsmo, Shirogorov. Those are kind of names that I'm somewhat familiar with. I've had 2 of those personally, and if you just want a knife that's just a good tool, that also has a lot of, you know, in-house USA made, great titanium stuff, and then look at Medford. I think it's worth it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, let me know. And yeah, thanks guys. Y'all enjoy. Bye.